Okay. Hey, what's up, y'all? I know I done made 2 freaking lives in one day. I look so rough. I had to put on the hat, girl. Woo, this girl looking rough. I done took the... Okay. So, more news about Kenneka. Now, I didn't hear my post because I'm like, Lord, it ain't even got nothing to do. Well, her friends still should have knew where she was at. I don't care. I'm going to stick to that script because when you somewhere at a party, at a function, and you go with a group of girls, y'all should be keeping tabs on each other. That's girl code. I don't care. That is girl code. Like, that's girl code. You are not supposed to lose your friend. But with the new evidence that it came up with, I feel so bad, y'all. You know what they saying? They saying they done watched all the footage. And it shows that she was by herself and that she went into the freezer and obviously she couldn't get out. That's what they saying about Kenneka. They said they basically saying there's no foul play. Oh, that's so hurtful. So I'm thinking, was she that messed up? Because when you look at the videos, she doesn't look like she's overly drunk or overly high or super liberated. You know, she just inebriated is what I was trying to say. She just looks like she's, pacing a little bit. She's walking back and forth. She's not even really doing too much partying, but, I'm going to go back to girl code, though. I understand everybody was kicking it. It was a vibe. That's why I was telling my daughter earlier. I said I'd have made a freaking post, but I looked at that. I didn't see the video with the guy until earlier today. And once I seen his video, because all I had seen was the girl with the mirror glasses. I seen her video first and, just the way she was acting, the facial expression she was making. And then, people were saying they heard help. And I heard help, but it didn't make sense for her to be being raped when they was saying she was in there talking about help and being raped. She was in the background also saying, I'm not drunk. So I was like, I am enjoying myself. So it didn't go with that, and then she was shown a little later after that. So I was like, that don't make sense. There's no way she could be raped. And you don't hear, the room ain't moving like somebody's being raped. Nobody's in there acting like overly excited, like, oh my God, look what, it was none of that. So that never made sense to me. But what I did tell my daughter earlier, I said, it just didn't seem like nobody in the other video was on that kick. Like they was trying to say, boys, when they really want some coochie, they, and I just didn't get that vibe from the kids in the room. They was all jumping on the bed, singing the song just like in a group, like, yeah, we kicking it, we live, and that's the feel I got. And I said, it's something wrong. I said, either she went out that door and somebody grabbed her. I said, but I can't see nobody in that room trying to harm her because that was not the vibe in that room. I didn't see no thirsty little boys. Like everybody was like, when boys are thirsty and they want some coochie. Unfortunately, I did not see that in the video. I seen a turn up party that kids was just kicking it. And every time, they kept spotting her in the video, they kept saying, there she go right there. There's her jacket. There's her clothes. People are just pointing her out. I'm like, okay, well, we know she was alive by 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So between 3 and 4, because her friends turned her phone and her keys in to her mother around 4 o'clock. But this is what I told my daughter. I said, that part don't make sense because I would have spent all night looking for my friend. Like, I am not turning these keys into her mama or this phone. I'm not turning this in until we find her. You know, because I would have been afraid, one, that, you know, she not ready. Because if y'all was paying attention, she told her mama she was going bowling, to a bowling party. She didn't even tell her mom she was going to a hotel party. So everybody else kind of told their parents the truth. And I don't know if they knew she lied to her mama and told her mama she was going to a bowling party. But I would have been holding out until, you know, basically I found her, you know. But back to girl code. You do not let your friends walk away. You don't let them walk away by themselves. Hell, Bass was like, well, mama, you let me go get ice by myself at the hotel. I was like, okay, but Basia, the ice machine was like right at the end of the hall. And, you know, I got thinking, because I don't even let her go dump the trash by herself. I can't, no. You know, because from here to the trash, anything could happen. So I make sure that I don't let her walk to school by herself. I just feel like in today's world, things happen. And then, you know, earlier I gave my little post about my little leg. And I'm going to say this. Even with my leg, it was a freak accident. You know what I'm saying? That how things went, even with that. I literally crushed my knee, but it ended up being just a whole other. It's crazy how things happen. Now, it's unfortunate if she walked in that freezer by herself and was so, I don't know, it was so either so dark. They said they had one of them push buttons where you could push it and it will come open. I don't know if she was too weak to couldn't open it, but I'm like, it's just hard for me still to digest, because even when you walk in a freezer like that, you gotta shut a heavy door. Those doors are never light like that. It's a kick to the door. And if you know, they trying to say she got lost. Okay, she got lost, but why would she be shutting doors behind her? You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for the autopsy to come back to see what she had in her system, because to me, at this point, that's what it relies on, because that's going to really tell the story how her mind was working. And like I was telling my daughter, because my daughter was like, well, why would she walk away if, you know, I said, sometime when you high, and this happened to me one time, I was so high. This is when I used to smoke weed. I will not touch it today. But one time I smoked so many joints. Back then they was joints, okay? It was a fat one, but they was joints. I smoked about 2 fat joints, and I was just really higher than usual. And I didn't know if the dude put something in my stuff, but I know he, you know, he bought me a big 8-ball, and so I was drinking. Back then, you know, a 8-ball and 2 joints was all the way live. And I had to walk away. And that day it was a nice breeze, and the breeze kept hitting me and making me feel like I was a little sober. So I walked away to go where there was like a fan or something blowing, and every time that fan would blow me, I was getting, but I had to walk away. You know, I'm just hurt, but I'm happy. I'm going to say this. I'm happy it was not one of her friends. I'm happy it was nobody in that room. I'm happy it was nobody that would be responsible. I didn't want to see none of those boys. You know, people were saying, oh, she got raped. This is how rumors and stuff start. Like, I'm going to say I'm going to give myself as an example. I went through a lot when people just make up stuff and put rumors as if it's facts. You got people talking just mad cash stuff on Facebook about what they think happened, what they heard. They dissecting the sound in the room, the words in the room. I mean, this went to a crazy measure, but when it could, and even I gave my old absent-minded opinion, but mine was more about, and I'm gonna still stick to it, girl code. You do not leave your friend. You do not let them walk by themselves. You do not let them leave by themselves. You do not let them nothing by themselves. Girl code. If we at a party, even if you said, I'm going to get some air, I'm coming with you. You ain't going by yourself. That's some girl code stuff. That's stuff because she's like 5'2", 110 pounds. She's itty bitty. She's petite. She ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be in a big hallway in a huge hotel by yourself. I know. You laughing, but I'm serious. Beja is 5'7". Sister girl tall. And she thickums. I ain't letting her go even to take the trash out by herself. It ain't happening now. Because I believe in security. And I'm in a situation like that, like my daughter said, Mama, you have to think of it though. Nobody thought she would go out that door and not return. And I get that part. I get where my daughter coming from. She like, nobody thought she would go out that door and never return, Ma. They wasn't thinking like that. They wasn't on that level. I said, that's why you should be thinking like that. And that's why you should be on that level. But, you know, kids, they don't have that mother mind because a lot of her and her friends, they didn't have kids. They weren't mothers. So, they weren't thinking like adult mindset, care for others.
You got 40 viewers.
Would think. So I'm a little hurt. I'm a little disappointed. But I'm happy. I'm only hurt because she did it to herself too. But I'm happy they found her, and I'm happy nobody else in that room tampered with her. But once I seen the second video where it was more kids in the room and the party went off, I said, there is nobody in that party that did that to her. Because nobody was on the angry, evil vibe. Nobody. So I kept saying, somebody, because I worked at hotels, I done seen the creeps come in and come out and be passing through. You know, hotels like that, you know, nice, but huge. All kind of people coming. I done seen stars come in the middle of the night. They passing through Omaha, and they whole tour bus had to stop because something happened, and you know we done got Aerosmith and the whole band, and they wasn't even supposed to make a stop. You know what I'm saying? And so things happen, and this is why. Okay, people who blame OJ, check this out. And I don't know why I picked up OJ, but I did because I'm a firm believer. OJ did not do that in my sight. If you don't have facts that somebody did something, you can never really say what happened. Because just like everybody had an opinion, she was raped, she was this, she was drunk, she was passed out. They got videotape showing that she walked into that area by herself. She walked into that freezer area by herself. And obviously she got locked in by herself. And before those facts came out, everything else sounded right, didn't it? It sounded concrete, like, yeah, you know, they was raping her. It was just so many things that was being said. But the truth was still untold and unknown. And I just said the other day in one of my posts, videos don't lie. Videos don't lie. They tell the truth. So they said they've looked at every aspect of the video. Now, what I don't like about the hotel, y'all should have been checking them cameras when the woman first came in there and asked you to check the goddamn cameras about her child. They were so defiant, and this is why they're going to get sued. Because not only was that freezer not supposed to be available to people, it should have been secure if you can get locked in like that. You know what I'm saying? So here come a huge lawsuit that's going to come their way, and they deserve it. Because, you know, one hotel, you're talking about a missing person that all you had to do is check the cameras to see, and then they seen what area she went in, and they only checked it twice. They wasn't checking that area all night. They only checked the area twice and was like, we didn't find nothing. We didn't see nothing. And I'm going to tell you, they're responsible. They are so responsible for this young lady, because she probably could have been found in the nick of time with maybe some frostbite on the fingers or something, but she could have been found in the nick of time to have been saved. You know, and, you know, I can even tell my children, when you lose something, look everywhere, even the places that don't make sense, because somehow things can get lost and you be like, how'd I get there? How'd I get there? I wasn't even around here. And it still got over there some kind of way, especially keys. You be like, I just had these keys. And they ended up somewhere that, how they end up right here? You know what I'm saying? Things can happen where it doesn't make sense. I live with a reality every day when I think about my accident. My accident did not make sense. It didn't. It did not make sense. I broke a knee and came out with the results. I came out that hospital with. It never made sense to me. But freak accidents, things happen. And I'm going to go back to OJ. That's why when people say OJ did it, OJ did not and may never have done it. It looked good to pinpoint him, but the fact of the matter is, because there was never any concrete evidence, anybody could have killed Nicole and that Goldman boy. Without facts, you can speculate, but that's all you ever gonna be. That's all you ever gonna do. All the speculations, you go on Facebook. I deleted my post, even though my post I didn't delete it. I hid it. My son kept it because he loved it. But I think I still talked about girl code, and if I'm gonna blame something. My situation and my accident, if I'm gonna blame something, I don't blame the people for what happened to me, but I blame girl code for not looking out for me. I blame girl code for not looking out for her. Even though they can say, but she grown, she big, but you don't let your friend go by herself. Not in a place where I don't care. You still just don't let your friend go by herself. And that's why her friend posted what she did. I'm sorry. She said sorry to the girl's mother. I didn't have her like I should have had her. I didn't make sure she was behind me like I should have paid attention, because girl code kicked in. You're not supposed to leave your friend behind. You're not supposed to. I remember, y'all, I went to the club. I'm always giving my testimonies, ain't I? And they be so, but I was at the club. I went to the club with Charmaine. And, you know, she left me at the club. She had left with her cousins. And they was going somewhere. They didn't invite me. So I didn't get to go. So I was pretty much on my own. Y'all, I was so drunk this night. Ooh, because this is back when I was an alcoholic. And I was so drunk. And I tried to go to my car. And I got in it. And I said, I can't drive, because I know I'm about to hit every car on this block. So there's this dude named Cartoon. I heard of him, but I didn't know him. But he was like, hey, my name Cartoon. And I was like, okay. He said, I see you drunk as hell. You know, he's like, I got you. So I'm thinking he got me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I live upstairs. Now, I was at Hank's in Omaha. Now, I'm at Hank's. Hank's was the spot, wasn't it? That used to be where I get... Okay. So, he lived upstairs from the club. So, I'm like thinking, okay, maybe I'll be cool. I'm so drunk. I get up to his apartment, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, he's kissing me, and I'm like, hey, you know, like, pulling away, because I don't know you, and I don't want to kiss you. You ain't ugly, but I don't know you, and I don't want to be kissing. And he was like, relax. And I was like, well, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And next thing I know, he started getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And next thing I know, he didn't hit me down to the ground. He got me on this couch. He didn't. Oh, my God, he had my arms. And I'm like, oh, my God, y'all. He had like 55 locks on his door. Like, literally, he had like 10 locks on his door. And I'm like, now, girl code, Charmaine left me at the club by myself drunk. She left with her cousins. I couldn't go because her cousin, they was going to do whatever. But they didn't invite me. But me and Charmaine went to the club together. And we should have left together. Now, I'm up in this dude's apartment, and he's trying to literally... Now, he's raping me, almost. He got up to get a condom. Thank you, Jesus. Y'all, if God was not on my side, when I got up, y'all, it's 10 locks. I know he locked one. And as drunk as I was, I got the right one. That door opened up. Y'all, I'm handicapped, but I'm running down them stairs. I jump in my car. I'm so drunk, I done almost hit about 3 cars. I get to the Goodies gas station on 42nd. I hop out, and I'm so drunk, and I'm asking them, help me. I'm crying. Tears is coming out of my eyes. I barely made it. My car running, my keys in it, and I'm asking the people to help me. And I can't remember this dark-skinned dude's name, but he was kind of popular and cute. And then it was this manager that used to work at McDonald's that had real long hair. I can't remember. He was real cock-strong dude. I didn't ever know his name either. But the cartoon dude, that was his name, Cartoon. He found me at the gas station. He was like, cussing me out. B, come on with me. He was trying to make me come with him. And I was like, y'all help me. I don't know this dude. He been trying to rape me. And the dudes came out and they was about to beat the living mess out of him. I mean, literally. They was about to beat him up, and they was like, she ain't going nowhere with you. And they saved me, and, you know, of course, Goodies gave me coffee, and they was trying to sober me up. And the guys, you know, one guy drove the other guy's car, and the other guy drove my car, and they got me home safe and sound. And they was like, baby girl, lay down. And the other dude, he laid me down. He got some cover. You know, he told my little babysitter what happened, and they, you know, all took care of me. But girl code left me. And I only got drunk like that because I felt like I was with a friend and she didn't drink like I did. So I thought it was cool for me to go ahead and get stupid drunk. But little do you know, sometimes she wasn't a real friend in the end. I mean, she just was phony. But sometimes people aren't thinking on that level to think of things so serious. And I'm such a serious person because I've been through so much. I know people be like, you so serious. Because I've been through so much. I done seen so much. And I know that things turn crazy and they get wacky and they can get serious. So you got to look at things when it's happening, and you got to use that wisdom of all you've been through. But I thank God that night he protected me because, y'all, I should have been raped, done, and gone. You know that? I mean, I could laugh about it now. And I didn't know that young man. I've never seen him again. I heard of his name. Ooh, cartoon. I knew that he was a Crip and he used to shoot people. That's all I ever knew of him. But I didn't know he was going to try that stunt on me. And to think that so-called friends left me in a situation girl code. Don't leave your friend. And that's the only thing that they got to live with. I mean, it ain't their fault what happened to her, but they got to live with girl code. That they didn't make sure their friend was okay and they didn't walk with her. I don't know if she was so hot that she needed a breath of fresh air, but my heart goes out to that family. I would not like to be that mother right now. I would not like to be in that family's shoes, because missing somebody that you love and they only 19 and they a baby, you know that they didn't really get to live life. Left, sad chain up, edge up, yeah. You know, so, and you know what's been making me mad also about this? How many people is trying to calculate dollar signs? Like, it's this one girl, she got like maroon hair, purplish type of hair in her head, and she's, my nigga, I'm telling y'all the facts, I'm telling y'all what happened. And this last post she had, she got on this cute half shirt with this pink bra, and she's showing her bra, and she's talking about, you know, she doing her hair all kind of ways. And I'm just thinking, people don't even have respect for people's pain. You know, what's his name? Tommy Sotomayor? Ooh. He basically was blaming the mama. She got blonde in the hair. She calling herself a hot chick. You know, and then trying to say that the mama, he thinks that she helped set the daughter because she jealous of the daughter up for her organs. And I'm like, that's when Tommy, I almost tried to find his number and call him, because Tommy Sotomayor, whatever your name is, you is going too far. Your hate is trying to capitalize on somebody's pain. Maybe she didn't say it right. Maybe she didn't do an interview correctly by using the right grammar. But right now, everything seemed like a dream to her. And she's hoping that she wake up and her daughter's there. There's no way you can do things right when you're in the midst of a nightmare. When you in the midst of this situation not even feeling real, you waiting for reality to really hit you because your child is gone and you don't know what happened, and you capitalizing on somebody's pain because you hate black women and you want to sit up and throw darts. And then it was some dude from Chicago, yeah, man, black bees, I was just like, I was angry. And I still might call Tommy Sotomayor. I still might go on his page and get his number and still give him a call and give him a piece of my mind, because that's the kind of person I am. Like, when I feel heartfelt about something, like, you done took it too far. Like, say what you want about black women, because the fact of the matter gonna still stand, you know, but don't capitalize on somebody's pain and throw darts and lies around to stir up the truth against this woman in the midst of her pain. Not cool. Now I see why people steal on you and knock you in your jaw and be ready to fight you and do all the things they do, because you so out of pocket. So right now, I'm glad that there's a lot of resolution as far as, you know, them getting, because they had to kind of get to the bottom, because people were standing out there with like no justice, no peace, and the crowd was growing. It wasn't getting smaller. People want to know what happened. They wanted answers. And so that made those detectives and everybody get on. But what that man came out and said, that's something that the hotel could have did when the mama first came. They could have looked at those tapes real thoroughly and checked that area like they was supposed to, instead of, you know, an employee finding her because they see that the seal was broken off of the door. a security guard's mission, he ain't got nothing else to do, is to thoroughly check. And he's supposed to be using his detective mind and brain to do things out of the norm, because he's security. That's what security is for. So I'm not apologizing for my post earlier. I kind of put it away. It was a good post, but I was naming, dropping names, and I'm like, you know what? I don't mind if the person heard what I said. Hopefully we can get together and maybe talk about it. But who is this? People sending me friend requests that probably won't get answered. My daughter was like, Mama, if you going to get a YouTube video, you're going to have to start accepting people's video. I was like, nope, they can become subscribers. Not happening. I think my Facebook, I want family and friends or people I semi-know. And if it ain't that, we'll see. But I'm going to get off here. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'm just glad it's kind of resolved. The mother get to go view the tapes with her lawyers, because the mama got lawyers, and that's a smart move because she don't trust the police. And that's another thing. When you're in that situation, you don't know who to trust because you're hurting right now. So I just say, y'all, let's pray for that family. Let's pray for their mind. And that bitterness don't set in their heart and hate, because everybody's bombarding them with rumors. And, it was because of the brother. I heard she got set up by the friends, and because the brother got into it with some gang members, and they was after her, and they paid the friends $2,000. It sound like my story, don't it? Kenneka got paid $10,000 to open up the door. Oh my God, I've been through that. And I went through that, and I went through rumors and bashing and people saying whatever and speculating as facts. And that stuff is hurtful. People speculating on stuff and saying stuff that's so untrue. It hurts more than it helps. People just not taking the time to really understand how much that stuff hurt, and you can't erase that stuff. Sometimes, like this one chick, when she told me, she was like, Kenneka, I'm the one who started that lie that you had something to do with this person's murder. She don't know how she changed my life around. She don't know how she changed my children's life around. People don't realize when you put your mouth on somebody, when you're saying things that don't have anything to do with the facts, you don't realize how you hurting somebody, how you putting somebody, you could even put people's life in jeopardy with a lie. So this is the thing that should show people, watch how you speculate and how you judge a situation, because you never know if you're being factual or not. And so for you people that gravitate to lies real quick and love to listen to just gossip and hold on to information like it's gospel and you don't even know it, if it's facts or not, this was a lesson for all of us, I think, to not rush to conclusions, to not rush to speculation, to not rush to just throwing fiery darts at somebody or anybody. Them kids was getting bashed. People was hating on them. People was calling the Monique a friend. They was putting it all on her page. They was calling her it, calling her ugly, telling her you would work at McDonald's with your ugly butt. I mean, she could make a post without somebody saying something about her. I mean, that could put a person's life in danger. Like, she could have been killed. Like, right after that, if people would have really took it to heart and been like, yeah, she got something to do with it, let's kill her. And not know the facts. Ooh, because I was like that. I had people hate me so bad. Hate me with a passion because things that they thought was real about my situation or the situation that I was putting in. It wasn't even my situation. I was put in that situation. And so it just takes me back to, let's be careful. Ooh, I'm talking to myself right now, because but I still, what I said was basically still gospel though. girl code. You don't leave your friend. You don't leave. You know what? You should know where your friend at. You there's no way she should have walked out that door by herself or walked down the hall by herself. That's the only part I'm going to stick true to. It wasn't their fault what happened to her. I mean, I'm not putting no blame on nobody in that room. But girl code on some real spill. That wouldn't have happened if somebody would have took girl code serious. So God bless. I'm going to get off of here. Y'all have a wonderful night. Don't forget to pray for that family because it done went viral. It done went so far and so many things have come up and, that have people up all night, can't sleep, anxiety, paranoia, everything come up on them, and God wants us to have peace. And He wants us to put fear down and wild imaginations. He wants our imagination or anything we think of to line up with His word. So we just want to be careful or ask for, them to be protected at this point in their time of need. So, all right, y'all. Thank you for all the people that stuck with me through this post. This is the most I ever had, but I'm thankful because I ain't trying to get viewers. What I'm trying to state is facts on, just growth. And I hope that that's what, if you heard anything come out of me, that's what you could be witness and attest to, that, I'm just kicking knowledge about judging and how we got to be careful how we throw the darts at people when we don't have super facts. Because now that the facts is out, it looked like it was this baby's fault all by herself, which is more hurtful. But I wish it wouldn't have happened. But what I'm saying is, I'd rather it be just her fault than any baby in that room, because that would have really hurt, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it have really hurt if one of her friends really set her up to be dead? It would really hurt our black community as a people if that would have been the case. But unfortunately, it just looked like the baby was delirious and she got stuck in that freezer and was stuck like Chuck and couldn't get out. And by her being so, I don't know if she was drunk. I don't know the part of the autopsy haven't came out. Part of the autopsy came out and there was no, they said it was inconclusive. And so basically it was showing like she wasn't choked, she wasn't stabbed, there was no bruises. So they're coming back, what is it called? An intoxication? They have to see what drugs was in the system. I don't know what it's called. Lord forgive me. But they have to do some kind of test to see what was in her system. And that's going to tell the story of what probably either she was just scared and delirious and too weak, or couldn't really get that door open, or she was just too high to do because something made her stumble. And okay. When I think of it, I just feel bad all over again because, like she was high or she was, something. She was under some type of influence. But what was going through her head, and what didn't make sense to me, again, was when the mama said when she viewed the little girl's body, her hair was all over her head. So I started thinking if she was stuck in it, she probably was screaming and pulling her hair. You know how when you going crazy, you like, please, But ain't that me speculating? Yeah, but because her mama said her hair was really wild and all messed up. But the hotel should have had more security because, when you have a freezer, why would you make a freezer where you can't get out of a freezer? That's a freezer. Like, it should be a phone in there, some lights in there. Why? That hotel is going to be so sued. Like, that mama, I'm sure she don't want the money, but she take them. take them, because that just should have been locked up. Nobody should have been able to get in that area. That lady or young girl or nobody, for that matter, should have been able to get in that freezer. And they said that freezer was turned off. So if it was turned off and never used, how did it get turned on? So part of it, you still have to speculate, like, even though y'all say she went down there by herself, I don't even see how, I have speculations, like, why did she go all the way down there and go to that freezer, though? What took her to that area if the party was on the 9th floor and she was trying to find her way back to the party? Was she thinking that was an elevator? I mean, it didn't make sense, and it still doesn't, but that's why more facts got to come out, because the situation at hand it still ain't lining up. I don't give a dang how I'm explaining I'm explaining it just like the detective explained it, but it still has a lot of leaks and holes in the story that don't make a lick of sense. Because even though y'all seen this girl and y'all can see on the tape that she's lost or she's holding on to stuff, but what doesn't make sense to me, that's why I want to know what was in her system, because that's going to tell a even more concrete story. Because if she was so high, then that gives a way out of where her delusion was going down that hall, even ending up in that freezer. Because when you look at the tape, she don't look that high. She doesn't look like she's super high at all. She's standing there. She's sitting down. She's, she kind of paced a little bit back and forth when the manager knocks on the door. But she's not acting irate or paranoid or like she's under the influence of anything. You see her standing here, you see her sitting there. It doesn't make sense for her to wander out in the hall and then be so super toxically drunk and then end up in this freezer. Now, this is where I'm turning into Kana. I can't say what happened at that point, but it still does not make a lick of sense. And so, therefore, I hope they still find out the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So, it says toxicology. Thank you. Who said Melanie? Thank you, Melanie, you're smart. Melanie, you're smart. Because I was trying to get it. I couldn't get it out. I was like, whatever. What's in her system? I cleaned it up another way. I didn't sound as intelligent as I wanted to sound. But thank you, Melanie Renee. Yeah, that was terrible, wasn't it? But I tell you what, I can't wait till that come back, because I want to know, was she high? It don't look like she was that high to me. I don't even think that's going to come back with a large dose in her system. Because she didn't on the video. Nobody in there seemed like they was just high and drunk out of their mind. All them kids was enjoying themselves. They was in there lit. They was in there turned up. And it wasn't on no violent note. It wasn't on no tripping note. Those kids was in unison and in sync with the songs, with the fun. It just seemed like a party. It didn't even seem like we came to the hotel to tear it up. It just seemed like it was just a get together. Like people who knew each other that was just all on their Facebook lives and having a good time. It didn't seem like dudes was on some old creepy stuff trying to rape girls. Whoever made all that stuff up, it was, if you could look through the glasses, you could see somebody sucking. People was just so perverted. Like, that was all uncalled for. Because when I looked through the girl's glasses, all I seen was somebody in a red jacket, I think, sitting on the other side. I never even seen, they was like, you could see Kenneka in the glasses. I couldn't see Kenneka. I seen the girl reading the screen, and then she was like, you look pretty on your birthday. Thank you. Oh, that girl, I'm going to stop because my daughter was sick of me today. Mama, stop saying that. I was like, she irritated me with that, though. Thank you. I was like, ugh. Because at first, I was like everybody else. I thought they had something. It just, they seemed a little heartless, that first video with the girl. You know, smoking weed. And I told y'all, you know, they just seemed heartless. It didn't seem like there was no love in the room until I seen the other video with the boy. And I seen the fact that they was kicking it and partying. It then seemed like it was a party. And there was no ill and no feelings in there, period. It was just a party. And it was young kids doing what young kids do. People try to, yeah, she ain't innocent though. She was this and she was getting high and she turned up. That's what young people do though. She ain't got no kids. She got a future ahead of you. I mean, what was she supposed to be in there like Granny Goo Goo? I mean, it's a party. And that's what, when you ain't got kids, that's what you can do. Turn up. And, you know, she's 19, not grown, but, you know, she was, you know. And none of us seen her get high. None of us seen her take a drink. She even said in the background, I'm not drunk. And they was like, relax, have a good time. She said, I am enjoying myself. So, if she said she wasn't drunk, I don't know what got her to that point to get down to that refrigerator, that freezer. And that's what I want to know. So, I'm going to leave on that note because my daughter is telling me I'm too loud and she got to go to school in the morning. I'm going to obey. I'm going to obey. And good night, Facebook. Y'all have a good night. Hopefully there'll be more information tomorrow. I feel good, better. Praying for this family. Y'all pray for them too. Good night.